everyone. This morning I have something that I just want to share with you. As I was driving, I was listening to a song and it just spoke about the miracles of God, and something just got my spirit just so excited when I heard what the song was saying. And it's about the miracles of God. And I just thought to myself, does somebody need to know that God is still working miracles today? That He's still in the business of working miracles? And I want to say this to somebody, that yes, He is. God is a miracle working God. And I want to take you to Matthew to remind you of God, what Jesus Christ was going through cities and just healing people, just healing people of their sicknesses. He was driving out demons and He was raising the dead. And let me give you a few examples here. So in Matthew, there was a woman who was sick for 12 years and she had bleeding all these years. And in Matthew 9 verse 22, she had approached Jesus. So it says here that just then a woman who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years came up behind Him and touched the edge of His cloak. She said to herself, "If I only touch His cloak, I will be healed." Jesus turned and saw her, and in Jesus's word says, "Take heart, daughter," He said, "your faith has healed you." And the woman was healed from that moment. And then further on in Matthew 9:28, where Jesus was approached again by these two blind men. And it says in verse 28, when he had gone indoors, the blind men came to Him, and He asked them, in Jesus' words, "Do you believe that I am able to do this?" "Yes, Lord," they replied. Then He touched their eyes and said, "According to your faith, it will be done to you." And their sight was restored. And the question I have for you is, do you believe that God can heal you? Do you believe that through believing in Jesus Christ, we can be healed? But these examples among many in the Bible show us that yes. And then let me remind you too that in Hebrews 13 verse 8, it says Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. So the same God who was healing 2,000 years ago is the same God who is healing today. The same miracles that God was doing, He can do them today. So whatever miracle that you are needing God to do in your life, He is able to do it for you. You just have to believe. And it's so important that we know this, because if we do not believe, then He will not do it. Then you will not experience the miraculous power that God will do in our lives through Jesus Christ. So let me remind you of this. In Matthew 14 verse 58, after Jesus had been doing miraculous things, He went into His hometown, but it says they took offense at Him. They did not believe that He was the Son of God and that He could perform all these miracles. And in verse 58 it says, "And He did not do many miracles there because of their lack of faith." Let this be a reminder to you and to me that if we lack faith in the miraculous power of Jesus Christ, then he will not do miraculous things in our lives. We have to believe. We have to believe that he's able to do it. And this is why I'm giving you these examples this morning, because I want you to know that God is the same God. And I like this definition from dictionary.com, which says, a miracle is an effect or extraordinary event in the physical world that surpasses all known human or natural powers and is ascribed to a supernatural cause. Miracles can only come from God. He is a miracle working God. And if you want his miracles to manifest in your life today, just believe that he's able to do it, because he is. I hope that this will encourage you today, so the next time you are believing for a miracle, just know that God is able. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.